Institutions of higher education have existed for centuries in the USA. In more recent years especially, it seems as though colleges across the nation are no longer just places of learning, but also academies of higher athletics. Here at Colgate University, there are over 25 varsity sports, each with its own unique routes manned by 20% of the student population. As a fan of soccer home and abroad, the formation of the men's soccer team here sparked a certain interest in me. Further research, beyond satisfying my curiosity, indicated that the men's soccer program was and continues to be a product of student and institutional agendas. The origins of the sport at soccer at Colgate can be traced to the early 1920s, nearly 30 years after the football program had been organized and established. In the 1920s, soccer was introduced as a minor sport and was completely student-run. The years leading up to its establishment saw soccer games held between fraternities merely for exercise. The first step in creating new athletic programs was to raise money. At a Students' Association meeting, the issue of a new athletic tax was debated. The close of that meeting saw a petition decided upon and introduced to university officials. Students agreed on this tax as a necessity to cover the increasing cost of equipment as well as the introduction of new programs, even if it meant an increase in tuition. Now that students had money, all that was needed was participation. In February of 1920, to kick off the addition of a soccer program, the freshman and sophomore students played in a grudge match on Whitnall Field. While the new and inexperienced players committed plenty of errors, they were more than made up for by the enthusiasm and eagerness of the students. In the fall of that same year, Colgate played their first ever game against opposition outside of the student body. The Raiders hosted the Continentals of Hamilton College and won by a score of 2-0. This marked the start of soccer at Colgate University. Furthermore, the students' increase in desire to participate in different athletics could not have been overseen by a better athletic director. Dr. Huntington, the director of athletics in 1920, explained that first and foremost, the purpose of athletic activity was, in theory, to offer the students healthy exercise and beneficial recreation. But, with the passage of time, players became skilled and coaches became knowledgeable. Thus, the introduction of minor sports. Dr. Huntington not only supported soccer, but sports such as lacrosse, hockey, and golf as well. Universities nationwide were introducing these same sports, and Colgate is, in the words of Huntington, always abreast of the times. In his closing remark, he argued that athletic training of the right kind is more than mere drill, that men learning to play the game and play it well are receiving a sort of education that cannot be obtained through the reading of books or the attending of lectures, that athletics can lay the solid foundation of character and manhood necessary to succeed. Fast forward 40 years from its formation, Colgate University's soccer team has made a name for itself among schools in the Northeast. They regularly played and often defeated opposition such as Cornell, Syracuse, UConn, and even Penn State. These other institutions were much larger than Colgate, but the Raiders would not falter. Manned by exceptional athletes and led by a coach who was knowledgeable in the game, Colgate played some of its best soccer during these years. Under the guidance of Coach Mark Randall, who led the Raiders from 1951 to 1964, Colgate was not a team to be taken lightly. It was during Coach Randall's tenure that Colgate soccer earned its first bid to the NCAA tournament. In its first year of existence, 1959, Colgate was chosen to represent the state of New York in the NCAA championship tournament. The Raiders lost in the quarterfinals to Bridgeport in a 3-2 overtime thriller. The following season, Colgate was unbeaten and untied, posting a record of 9 wins and 0 losses while scoring 51 goals and only conceding 7. However, much like the football team of 1932, the soccer team was not invited to the NCAA tournament, despite their unblemished record. The committee, after much debate, instead decided to choose Cortland State. They would lose to UConn in the first round, a team Colgate defeated 3-2 during the regular season. The next year was a year of rebuilding, and Coach Randall retired soon after. During his tenure, between 1955 and 1964, the team posted a record of 65 wins, 25 losses, and 5 ties. During this stretch, the team netted an incredible 346 goals, while only conceding 164. Not only did they have the players, but the team was backed by a great staff and the athletic board as a whole. The university did away with the term minor sport years ago, but it was this stretch that confirmed Colgate a position among elite teams in the NCAA. Today, players are recruited from around the country to play for the Raiders. They are coached by Eric Ronning, a Colgate alum who played here for 4 years. Under his leadership, the team has played in 9 of the last 10 Patriot League tournaments, more than any other team during this stretch. They've also won the tournament 3 separate times, earning berths to the NCAA tournament each time. Since its induction as a minor sport in 1920, the soccer program has been propelled forward by students, coaches, and faculty members into the program it is today. One to be proud of.